Cinderella and Wolfie is a story that my grandfather used to tell me when I was just a little girl every night before I went to sleep when we used to visit him in California.
I used to laugh.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Cinderella. She lived with her grandmother in a small house at the edge of a big forest beside a lake. One day, Grandmother had a phone call from California. Grandmother said to Cinderella, "Honey, I have to go to California to take care of a sick friend. Do you think you can stay here alone?" "Oh, yes," replied Cinderella, "but I shall be so lonesome." Grandmother packed her things, got in her airplane, and flew off to California. She waved goodbye to Cinderella, and Cinderella waved back. You see Grandmother waving? Cinderella went back to her little house beside the lake. It was very lonesome without Grandmother. But soon Cinderella made friends with all the woodland folks that lived in the forest. One day there was a knock at the door. "Who's there?" said Cinderella. "It's me, Wolfie," was the answer. Cinderella opened the door just a peek to make sure it was Wolfie, and when she was sure she saw Wolfie, she said, "I'm so glad that you came to visit. I'm so lonesome with Grandmother gone to California. Wolfie, won't you come in and have a cup of tea and a ham sandwich?" "Don't mind if I do," said Wolfie. "It's cold outside and I'm a bit hungry." "Would you rather have a ham sandwich or the ham bone?" asked Cinderella. "I'd prefer the bone, if you please," replied Wolfie. When tea was over, Wolfie said, "Would you like to take a walk with me through the woods to my house and play with my pups?" "Oh, I'd love that," replied Cinderella. "I'll get my hat right away." So Cinderella and Wolfie walked up the forest trail hand in hand, that is, hand in paw. Pretty soon they came to a little house hidden among the rocks and trees. Looking out the window were 5 small faces with their noses pressed against the window pane. "These are my pups," said Wolfie proudly. "We'll go in and meet them." The second Cinderella got through the door, the pups became very excited. They jumped up and down. "Yip, yip, 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 yip," they cried. "We want to play! We want to play! We want to play!" So Cinderella played with Wolfie's pups, whose names were Eenie, Meenie, Miney, Mo, and Oscar. Meanwhile, Wolfie was cooking ham and bone broth. This was an excellent supper. When it was done, they all sat down and ate broth and herbs. By that time, the pups were tired, and they all decided it was time to go to sleep. Cinderella was tired too, so Wolfie walked her home and picked a nice bouquet of wildflowers. After that, Cinderella wasn't lonesome anymore and went often to Wolfie's house to play with Eenie, Meenie, Miney, Mo, and Oscar.